Hi, my name is Shay. I'm 27 years old from Detroit, Michigan. My story begins in like 2011, 2012 with my now husband. We met when we were 16, actually from a mutual friend. His friend had told me that he had somebody that looked like T.I., and I was like, oh yeah, I want to meet him. So we got each other's phone numbers and we met up, and he definitely did not look like T.I., but he was really cute and really funny, and I liked him. So we just continued talking, and through talking we actually became really good friends. He was super nice, just a good listener, and it was just different. That was like my first real like boyfriend kind of friend, and it was nice talking to him. It was somebody to listen to me, just different. I think we got really close really fast. We would just sit on the phone for so many hours, just talking to each other, telling each other everything, and I never had that before. I never got to really talk to somebody and them just listen to me and the real me, like, and him as well. Like, I felt like nobody really got to know like the real him because he was so popular and everybody knew him, but nobody really knew him, not like me. um so yeah, we was just friends, always hanging out when we could. I was like really sheltered as a kid, so I had to sneak around to see him getting on the bus, skipping school, both of us just to see each other. And yeah, we just were so smitten with one another, like really good friends. And then as the years went on, our friendship just grew stronger and stronger, and we decided to start dating. And in us dating, it was just like a breath of fresh air, like just love that I hadn't never felt before. Genuine friendship, love, just understanding, and he was just so sweet. And yeah, that was definitely different. I had never felt that. Then, as the time just went on, I did notice that he was like a bit of a player, which is why I decided to be friends with him for so long versus being his girlfriend. But when we were 18 and I finally had a little bit of freedom, I was in college, I decided to give it a try, and it was so wonderful. Like, we were together all the time. Like, literally, I would just go to class and be with him, wake up, go to class, go right back with him. I was driving to Detroit every weekend, every day, just to be with him, and it was so wonderful. Um, we just felt, he just made me feel like loved, like real love. And coming from the childhood that I had, that was just like, it was refreshing, it was different, and I just was just head over heels for him. Um, until one day a girl commented on my Instagram page and she asked me to give her a phone call. I gave her a call, and she just told me about all these different girls. He had about 4 girlfriends, including me, and I just was blew away. She told me all of these things, these details that I knew that she was telling me the truth, because how would she know these things? And when I confronted him about it, he just said like, oh, she's crazy, you know. I don't talk to her anymore. She's mad because I don't talk to her, whatever, whatever. And I was like, as I was dropping him off at his house and telling him like, oh, I don't ever want to deal with you again in life. Like, I don't want to see you. I was just so heartbroken and I felt so betrayed. She then decided to ride past my car with like 6 girls. She had like 6 girls in the car with her, and they egged my car, and then they hopped out the car trying to fight me, and I'm like, oh my god, like, I'm about to be beat. Like, this girl's about to beat me. And then like he protected me, and like we drove off, and I hadn't seen that girl in person again, but then she began like stalking me, like calling me nonstop, messaging me from like multiple different pages, all of my social media accounts, blocked numbers, texting me. It was just insane. So I started to believe him, like, well, maybe she really is crazy, because I just told her, like, you know, well, you can have him. You and the other 3 girls, y'all can have him. I'm good. I'm done. And then she tried to fight me. So in my mind, I'm like, well, maybe he is telling the truth. Maybe she did. Was just upset because he wasn't messing with her anymore or whatever. And in that, like, but after that situation, I noticed like a difference, not only like in our relationship, but just like in myself, like how I felt about myself, how I felt about the relationship, how I felt about everything. Before then, this was like my first real relationship, and just even my first time feeling that different type of love. And I really wanted to hold on to that because I had never felt that before. But the way that I started feeling about myself made me grow distant in our relationship, and it made me just like change completely. And it took me years to get out of that. Like, it's like I went from she was my stalker and I was his. I was pulling up wherever he was at. If he was saying he was playing a game with his friends, I'm knocking on the door, and I know they're like, go crazy, Shayla again. Like, I'm knocking on his door, making sure that he's in there playing the game. If I wasn't just already with him for the day, like just on his hip, can't leave his side. I had completely like neglected all of my relationships with my friends and my peers, and I just wanted to be right there with him to make sure that he wasn't cheating on me. Like, going with him to play basketball and sitting outside at the park for hours on end while he was playing basketball, just because I couldn't leave his side. And then even like the negative thoughts I had about myself, like, well, what's wrong with me? Or why would he want to cheat on me? Like, am I not good enough? Am I not this, or am I not that? Like, it took me a long time to realize like it had nothing to do with me, but everything to do with him. And to start loving myself again, and just finding myself and appreciating myself, because I had to love myself more than the love and validation that I needed from him. Um, and I feel like that's just what, like, the gist of what I would love to, like, tell other young women is, like, really find yourself, really love yourself, really know yourself. Like, because you can't expect for someone else to love you and you don't love you. And you can't expect to find your happiness in other people. It has to come from you. Like, that validation, you need that from yourself before you need it from anyone else. Yeah, so from like coming from that standpoint of just the cheating and the lying and me stalking him, the toxic just relationship, it was just coming to a point where I really couldn't even take it anymore. It was like and I think it was mutual, like we both were just like sick of it. Like, he's like, okay, I know that I messed up, but like not doing that right now, and I don't deserve to be treated like a prisoner. And I can understand that, because you don't deserve to be treated like this. It's like either we're going to trust each other or not. And we just got to a point where we were like both about to be done, and then we found out that I was pregnant with our first baby. And that blessing in itself like kind of geared and changed our entire lives. We just started focusing and putting like all of the good energy and how we were when we were just friends, like genuine friends, and that love that started this whole thing into building our relationship again for our baby. And since then, like, it's been amazing. We have 3 children now. We are happily married. We've been married for 5 years now, together for 10. And it's been awesome. Like, we don't cheat on each other. We don't lie to each other. We are literally each other's best friends. There's nothing in the world, no secrets that we have hidden from each other. We just going through life together, and there's nobody else that I would want to walk through life with. He is literally my best friend. But okay, and just something else I wanted to add to the women is like, I feel like so many times we feel like we have to go through like all of these hard trials and tribulations and hardships for us to have like real love, and that's not true. Like, you don't have to be cheated on and misused and abused and all of that to find real love. Like, you don't have to wait for a man to grow up and decide to love you. Like, you can always leave and find out within yourself, and then eventually you will find somebody that's going to love you without putting you through the trauma and the lies and the cheating. Like, give the corny guy a chance sometimes. The bad boy is not always it.